Hello guys, welcome to lesson 2 on how to read SOLFA notations. I am your humble friend Wesley Sama. Let's go. How to sing SOLFA notations, lesson 2. In musical notations, a bar or measure is a segment of time corresponding to a specific number of beats in which each beat is represented by a particular note value, and the boundaries of the bar are indicated by vertical bar lines. Dividing music into bars provides regular reference points to pinpoint locations within a musical composition. Forget about the grammar they are telling us here, okay? I am going to gradually bring it down for us to understand. Let us begin. Example 1. In our previous lesson, we talked about how to count, or we talked about beats and how they are placed in a bar. If you don't know what is a bar, be patient, we are going to reach there in a very small time. Let us begin with example 1. Example 1 above gives the feeling of a marching tune. Normally, put it at the back of your head. There are basically two types of tone. Okay, I would like to use the word rhythm. In SOLFA or in music in general, it's either you are having a tone that makes you want to march, or a tone that will be feeling like to jog, like going for sport, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So those are the tunes or the rhythms we have in music normally. It also goes in line with SOLFA notation. Remember, SOLFA notations is just what is in music that has been written down, so that anybody anywhere can pick at any time and have the same idea that the composer or the producer of a particular piece had in mind. Are we together? So as I was saying, example 1 above gives the feeling of a marching tune. This is example 1. We are going to come to it in a jiffy. That is 4 beats in a bar. Remember, we are counting this as beats 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now if you look carefully here, you see a small problem. For those who don't know, it was in our first lesson, but I will explain briefly for those who don't know. This is a beat, okay? This is a bar line. We are going to come to that. This is a beat, so there are 4 beats in this, within this area. 1, 2, 3 and 4. It's the same thing over this way. The difference is that you have 1 and 2, which has been written. This other 2, there's nothing there, indicating that you have to pull. Remember in our lesson 1 we said whenever you see a dash, you pull, and these 2 dots simply represent a beat. Okay, that is why we're having 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this pull here simply means it's a full beat that you have to pull normally. So we'll sound it as do, re, mi, do, re. See, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just that here I am silent because there is nothing there, but the beat I'm counting in my head. Take it again. Do, re, mi, do, re. Remember, they say we should pull. That's why we are pulling the re, indicating that we should pull. Supposing this dash was not there, these 2 dots were here, it would mean that you should be silent for 2 beats. That means here and here, you will not sing anything. You will end at do, re. Are we together? But since these dashes are here, it means you should pull re for 2 beats. So we have do, re, mi, do, re. Are we together? That's for a marching tune. Let us look at what would be for a jogging tune. Now for example 2, we are having, instead of 4 beats, we now have 3. 1 and 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's just like you are jogging, you are doing sports. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we have do, we have mi and so, we have do, and we have 2 empty beats. Remember the rule up here says pull the last note. So we have to pull this. Do, mi, so, do, mi, so, do. So we have to follow it normally. You have to count 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Do, mi, so, do. Do, mi, so. Okay? So you're counting 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Do, mi, so. Do, mi, so. If I were to sing all, it would be do, mi, so, do. Remember, you are pulling this for 2. But as I said earlier, if these dashes were not here, you have to remain silent. So just put these 2 dots, indicating that you have to be silent for 2 beats. Are we together? So we have learned that. For example 1, we have a marching tune, which most of the time, or which, pardon me, most of the times, there are 4 beats for a marching song. And then for a jogging or doing when you want to do sports, songs that feel like you want to jog, you will always have the 3 beats in a bar. We are going to come to a bar. Here we are, a measure and a bar line. Okay, a measure and a bar line. Let us begin from here. Remember, we said this is a 4. Remember, 1, 2, 3, and 4 means we have 4 beats in this bar. Now, what's a bar? From here, point A to point B, we call it a bar. It is, you see this red line? It's a measure or a bar. From this line to this one, it's a measure or a bar. It is the same thing from here to here. That is from B to C. It's also a bar or a measure. And if we look here, we have labeled this a bar line. So each of these lines, you like you say vertical, you like you say horizontal, some people. Well, forget it's a line standing up for me to make it very simple, because some people like me, we don't know us maths to our fingertips, but I know music to mine. All right, as I was saying, this is a bar line. This line, this is another bar line. This is another bar line. So a bar line simply indicates where a strong beat starts. Are we together? A bar line indicates where a strong beat starts. And from one bar line to the other is called a measure or a bar. A bar line always indicates the start of a strong beat. Therefore, you can determine the number of beats in each measure or bar by looking or counting from whence the first bar line starts till you meet the next bar line. Okay? Let us move forward. As seen above in our diagram which we just saw, a measure is also known as a bar line, which is a segment of time corresponding to a specific number of beats. According to the diagram above which we just saw, from point A to B is a measure. Likewise, from point B to C is also a measure. We can call it a bar line. Well, dear friends, in our next lesson, we shall be looking at how to count beats in tonic SOLFA. Okay? We are going to also be looking at how to respect punctuations, or the colons, the commas, the full stops, the whatever. All of them matter. So we are going to be looking at it in our next lesson. We are also going to be looking at what is a pitch, what is tonality, and the difference between rhythm and melody. This is what most choristers use, and they perform. You look as if it's magic. We are going to see all of this very simple in our next class. Well, dear friends, Thanks for attending our lesson 2 class today. Please hit like and subscribe down here to go to lesson 3. Thank you.